my friends? It's Shaina Marie again. Welcome to my channel, or welcome back. Today we're going to be doing a HIIT yoga flow. So this is not your average yoga flow. Today we're going to be adding a lot of HIIT intervals into our yoga practice today. So this is going to be sweaty. This is going to go by very quickly. And it's also going to be a little bit of a challenge. So make sure you are taking breaks, stopping when you need to, and slowing down if something's not in your practice yet. But otherwise, we're going to have a lot of fun with this today, and it's going to be great. We're going to get a great workout in and a great stretch in. So if you are ready, you don't need any equipment for this yoga flow today, this yoga HIIT flow, other than yourself and your mat. But if you do have yoga blocks, grab them. It's always nice to have a block on hand. And also if you have a pillow or a blanket, those are always nice things to have at the end of class. But other than that, let's get started right away. All right, so get your music started if you are using any today. We are going to get started today on our bellies. So you're going to come down to your mat all the way to your belly, forearms on the ground, and then just lift your chest up for a moment. This is called Sphinx pose. We're going to be here for quite a few breaths, so start to settle in and just enjoying this nice little back bend, this moment of stillness today. If you would like to close your eyes and just kind of collect yourself right here. So we're not going to be very still throughout this practice today, so take these first few moments, few breaths, to draw your awareness right here. We have so many distractions throughout our day, so much stimulation, so much clutter happening both in our minds and outside of us, in others. So really try to pull all of your energy into these four corners of this mat here. And just allow yourself to be as present as you possibly can be throughout this class today. Giving yourself both space and time to clear out, to feel a little lighter, and to take care of you. Let's take 3 more breaths here, trying to make this a little more active, so pressing your forearms down and just lifting your chest up even a little bit more. You should feel this a little bit in the shoulders. Draw your shoulders back and pull your chest forward energetically, feeling this in the upper back, a little bit in the lower spine. Take 3 more deep breaths here, filling up, pressing your belly towards the earth, and exhaling, pulling the belly away. Whew. 2 more deep breaths. Settling in here. And take 1 more breath in. On your exhale, press your forearms down, curl your toes under, and start to slowly, 1 vertebrae at a time, roll yourself up to a forearm plank. Take a deep breath in forearm plank, look forward, and exhale, drop your hips back to the earth. Inhale, chest up. Let's do that again. Exhaling, curl the toes, slowly roll your way up, pressing the ground away. And inhale, lift back up. I'm going to do this for about 30 seconds. We're already halfway. Slowly roll it up. And inhale, back up. Nice job. 15 more seconds. Curl the toes under. Exhale, roll yourself up, forearm plank. And inhale, lift the chest. Last one, curl the toes, roll it up, forearm plank, take a breath. Exhaling, tiptoe your toes towards your elbows. Pressing the ground away, let's push the earth away and separate our shoulders. We're going to take 10 seconds here, so let's go for 10, 9, 8, pushing the ground away, 7, 6, you got this, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Exhaling, drop your knees, walk yourself up to your palms, and come to a tabletop pose position. Take a deep breath in table, lift your heart, let your belly dip towards the earth. Exhaling, rounding the spine, tuck your chin, and press the ground away to puff your shoulder blades up. Again, inhale, lift your heart, let your ribs dip towards the earth. Exhaling, round. Press the earth away, tuck your chin, puff those shoulder blades up. Keep taking those cat-cows, just kind of warming up your breath, warming up your spine, and finding breath with movement. We won't have many slow movements today, so enjoy. And just breathe. Let's take 3 more breaths here. If you need to, bringing another shape into the mix. Maybe a little massage of the wrists, rolling in circles, or a sway to the hips. Just feeling, moving, breathing, not worrying about how it looks or what you think you should be doing today. And slowly bring it back through center. Take an inhale here. And exhale, sigh it out. Press the ground away with your palms. Puff your shoulders up like you would in cat pose. And then I want you to press into the tops of the feet. Hover your knees off the earth. Let's take a strong breath in here. So you're wrapping that tailbone back, squeezing your core. Take a breath in. Sigh it out. And inhale, we're going to keep hovering, but lift our left leg and take it back. Exhale, bring it in. Inhale, right leg back. Nice job. Exhale, bring it in. Keep looking forward. Inhale, left leg back. Exhale, bring it in. Nice job. Deep breaths. You got about 15 more seconds. Great job. Pull it in. You're almost there. Inhale, extend. Exhale, bring it in. Last 5 seconds. Keep switching. And slowly bring it back through center, hovering your table. Curl the toes under, lift your hips up and back, downward facing dog. Take a deep breath in, down dog. Sigh it out, exhale. If this is your first down dog for today, or even if it isn't, take a little cycle to the legs. Just feel the hamstrings, warming them up, and press firmly into the earth with your palms, slightly turning your inner elbows forward. Let your shoulder blades spread, and relax your neck. A lot of times we have a tendency to dip our ribs towards the earth. I want you to pull them in and make this a nice, sturdy, strong down dog. Let's take 2 more breaths here. Whew. And slowly bring it back through center, neutral down dog. Take your feet hip distance apart, shorten your down dog by a few inches, and then pressing that left hand into earth. Pick up your right hand and grab the outside of your left ankle. Gaze under that left shoulder and keep pressing the ground away, opening up your spine. And slowly come back through center, downward facing dog. Press that right hand down, pick left hand up, and grab the outside of your right ankle this time. Gazing under that right shoulder. Take a deep breath in and sigh it out. Slowly bring it back through center, neutral down dog. You can widen it a little again. Inhaling, stretch your left leg back long. Reach those toes. Exhale, pull the knee in, step forward. Lower your back knee, breathe in, low lunge, fingertips reach. Exhale, bring fingertips to earth. Crawl your left foot forward and straighten the leg, energetically pulling your left hip back, reaching your toes towards your face. Take a breath in, stretch your chest forward, and fold over your hip creases. So you're trying to get that nice hamstring stretch. I want you to take 2 breaths here, enjoying this movement or not movement. And slowly exhale, plant your palms, step back, plank pose. Take a deep breath in plank, come forward to your tippy toes, and lower slowly to the earth. Squeeze elbows into your sides. Inhale, cobra, lift your chest up. Draw your shoulders down and back. Take a breath in. Exhale, lower. Curl toes under. Downward facing dog. Deep inhale, stretch your right leg back long. Exhale, pull the knee into your chest. Squeeze it tight. Step lightly forward. Lower your back knee. Breathe in, low lunge, pressing into that front foot. Exhaling, fingertips to earth. Crawl that right foot forward and straighten the leg. You can spread the toes and reach them towards your face as you energetically pull that right hip back. Take a breath, stretch forward, and fold. 2 breaths here, opening up that hamstring. And slowly release. Plant your palms, step back, plank pose. Come forward to the toes, lower slowly to the earth. Nice job. Squeeze elbows into your sides, drag shoulders back. Inhale, cobra, lift your chest. Squeeze those elbows in, take a breath. Exhale, lower, curl toes under. You can go the push-up route, back to downward facing dog. Nice job. Take a deep breath in down dog, press firmly into the earth. Rise to your tippy toes, gaze forward. Exhaling, tiptoe or hop to the top of your mat. Folding forward, Uttanasana, let the head hang. Inhale, lift halfway up, lengthen. Exhale, fold into it, release. Breathe in, fingertips reach for the sky. Exhaling, pull hands through heart, grounding at your center. Deep inhale, fingertips reach, look up. Exhaling, fold forward, soften the hips. Breathe in, lift halfway, long spine. Exhale, plant your palms. Step back, plank pose. Take a strong breath in plank. Sigh it out, exhale. I want you to pick your left foot up and draw the knee in towards your chest. Take a breath. And exhale, switch the knees super fast. And switch, and switch. All right, let's keep switching. Let's pick up the speed. Mountain climbers for 30 seconds here. Gaze forward, keep your shoulders above the wrists. Keep switching those knees, hopping off the toes. If you can't hop, just step forward and back. Deep breaths. Woo! Picking up the heat. All right, you have about 5 more seconds here. Keep drawing those knees in. Woo! And step back, plank pose. Take an inhale. Come forward to your tippy toes. Squeeze your elbows, lower halfway down, chaturanga. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Breathe in. Sigh it out. Inhaling, rise to your tippy toes, gaze forward. Exhale, step or float to the top of your mat. Inhale, lift halfway, find length. Exhale, fold it in, release. Breathe in, fingertips stretch for the sky. Exhaling, drag hands through heart, grounding at your center. Deep inhale, fingertips reach. Exhale, fold forward, soften the hips. Breathe in, lift halfway, long spine. Exhale, plant your palms. Step back, plank pose. Take a deep breath in plank. Sigh it out. Draw your left knee in and switch. All right, let's pick up the speed on those mountain climbers. Woo. Deep breaths. You got this. Keep drawing the knees in, pressing those palms firmly down, and gaze forward. Squeeze that core. 10 more seconds. Beautiful job. We're just picking up heat. Building, building, building. All right, 2 more breaths. And inhale, plank pose. Come forward to your toes. You can always lower the knees and come halfway down, chaturanga. Inhaling, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Take a deep breath in. Sigh it out. Inhale, rise to your tippy toes, gaze forward. Exhaling, step or float to the top of your mat. Inhale, lift halfway, find length. Exhale, empty, fold it in, release. Breathe in, root down, fingertips to sky. Exhaling, pull hands through heart, grounding at your center. I want you to look at your feet and take them hip distance apart. Dig into your heels and sit back into your seat. You can bring your hands to heart for Utkatasana today. Press into the sides of your feet so the pinky edges sink deeper, and we're gonna start bouncing. Tiny, tiny micro bounces, okay? We got 30 seconds with these. Get low. See if you can go lower. Wrap your tailbone back, okay? Protect your lower back. Squeeze your ribs in. Don't let them splay out. Our back is very important here. Strong breaths. This is still a little bit of yoga. Stick with it. Dig into those heels. Feeling that wonderful, wonderful burn. All right, 15 more seconds. Oh, I'm sorry, we're done. Exhaling, straighten the legs, fold forward. Inhale, lift halfway. Exhale, plant your palms. Step back, plank pose. Come forward to your tippy toes. Lower halfway down, chaturanga. Inhaling, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Breathe it in. Let it out. Inhale, stretch left leg back long. Exhaling, bend the knee, open the hip. Draw your heel to your butt and gaze under that left shoulder. We're just opening up the hip here. Take a breath. And slowly turn that thigh bone back down. Deep inhale, one-legged dog. Exhaling, step forward. Dig into the ball of your back foot. Breathe in, high lunge, fingertips reach. Take a breath here. I want you to feel your inner thighs squeeze really tight. And then bend your back knee, okay? So you're in this like proper lunge. Take your chest back. We're gonna pulse the knees in towards the midline of your body, okay? In, okay? So you're pulsing those knees in. You got 30 seconds this way, all right? Draw the knees towards your center, in and out, staying in that lunge. This is gonna get those inner thighs. A little bit on that left outer thigh, and then keep drawing that left hip back. All right, you only got 10 more seconds. Keep breathing. Last 5, keep that chest lifted. And slowly press into the back foot, stretching that back leg up. Inhale, high lunge, reach tall. Exhaling, plant your hands, step back, plank pose. Come forward to your toes, lower halfway, beautiful job. Inhaling, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Breathe it in, let it out. Inhale, stretch right leg back. Exhaling, bend the knee, open the hip. Draw the heel to butt and gaze under your shoulder. Deep inhale. And slowly turn it back through center. Reach that heel. Exhaling, step forward. Dig into the ball of your back foot. Breathe in, high lunge, fingertips reach. Bend your back knee in half. Take your chest back and then hug that tailbone down, okay? Proper lunge. Take a breath. And we're gonna pulse in, keeping a lunge in that back knee. All right, deep breaths. Keep that chest tall. If you want to add extra, stretch arms up over the head. Keep breathing. Hug your ribs in. Try to find that calm space in your mind. It's the beauty of yoga here. Don't overthink it. Just breathe. Just be here. All right, last 2 seconds. And slowly press into that back foot. Inhale, high lunge. Digging into that front knee. Exhaling, plant your palms. Step back, plank pose. Come forward to your toes. Lower halfway, chaturanga. Inhaling, up dog. Exhaling, downward facing dog. Breathe it in. Let it out. Inhale, rise to your tippy toes, gaze forward. Exhaling, step or float to the top of your mat. Inhale, lift halfway, long spine. Exhale, fold it in, release, let it go. Breathe in, fingertips to sky. Exhale, pull hands through heart, grounding at your center here. All right, we got one more round. Deep inhale, fingertips reach. Bend your knees, sit back, Utkatasana. Feet are wide. Dig into the pinky edges of the feet. Wrap your tailbone underneath you and then sink deep. We got 30 seconds. Let's begin. Let's pulse, pulse, pulse. Beautiful job. We're just warming up. That's all. All right, hug those ribs in. Keep breathing. You got this. 15 more seconds. All right, almost there. Last 10. Get lower if you can. And 3, 2, 1. Straighten the legs, fold forward, let it go. Inhale, lift halfway, lengthen. Exhale, plant your palms, step back, plank pose. Awesome job. Come forward to your toes, squeeze those elbows lower halfway. Inhaling, pull heart forward and through, up dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Deep inhale, stretch your left leg back. We're going a little quicker this time. Exhaling, bend the knee, open the hip, gaze under that arm. Inhale through center, find length, one-legged dog. Exhale, draw the knee in, step forward. Inhale, high lunge, fingertips reach. Exhaling, drop that back knee down, pull your ribs in, chest up, take a breath. And we're gonna pulse the knees in, in, in. Beautiful job, last round of these. Wrap that left hip back and keep squeezing up those inner thighs. In and out with the knees. I know these are a little tricky, a little hard. It's okay. Keep taking those breaths. Find that space, that calm. All right, breathe, breathe, breathe. You got 5 more seconds here. Beautiful job. And slowly press into that back foot. Stretch the leg. Inhale, high lunge, fingertips reach. Exhaling, slow it down. Plant your hands, plank pose. Come forward to your toes, lower halfway. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Deep breath, stretch right leg back. Exhale, bend the knee, open the hip, gaze under that arm. Inhale through center, turn thigh bone down. Exhaling, step forward. Inhale, high lunge, fingertips reach. Exhale, drop that knee. You can shorten the stride if you need to, and then we're gonna pulse in, in, in. Great job, keep that chest up. Squeeze your core. Ribs should not be like this. Take them in and breathe. Nice job. If you want to add extra, hands overhead. Keep squeezing. You got 10 more seconds. Beautiful. Reach those fingertips if you got the hands up overhead. Should be a tiny pulse in and slowly press into that back foot. Stretch the leg. Exhale, plant your hands. Step back, plank pose. Come forward to your toes, lower halfway. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Breathe it in. Let it out. Inhaling, rise to your tippy toes, gaze forward. Exhale, step or float to the top of the mat. Inhale, lift halfway, lengthen. Exhale, empty, fold it in, release. Breathe in, fingertips to sky. Exhale, pull hands through heart, grounding at your center. This time, feet together. Inhale, fingertips reach. Bend your knees, sit back, Utkatasana. Light up those inner thighs, squeeze them tight, and sit deep into your chair. Take a breath. You can bring hands to your heart. We're gonna press into your right foot. Slowly pick your left leg off the ground and cross the left ankle over your right thigh. Dig, dig, dig that left heel out, spread the toes, and slowly fold over your hip creases forward. I want you to think sit bones to the back of the mat, chest forward, and then press that ankle into your thigh. If you have space for it, you can bring the fingertips to earth. Just makes it a little bit deeper. Let's take 2 more breaths here in gentleman's pose. And slowly pulling out of it, set the foot down. Bend your knees, sit back, Utkatasana, fingertips reach. Second side, slowly pull that right leg up, cross ankle over thigh, sit back into the heel, and shoot those sit bones back as you bring the chest forward. Spread your toes, reach the heel out, and then keep pressing that ankle down. All right, again, if you have space, tap those fingertips to the floor. Keep breathing, getting that outer thigh stretch. Slow down. Let's take 1 more breath. And exhale, release. Plant the foot. Bend your knees, sit back, Utkatasana. Take 1 inhale. Exhale, straighten your legs. Fold forward, let it go. Inhale, lift halfway, lengthen. Exhale, plant your hands, step back, plank pose. Come forward to your tippy toes. You may want to lower your knees for this one. Lower halfway down. We're going to hold for 5, 4, 3, 2. Keep squeezing those elbows. And 1. Pull the chest forward and through up dog. Exhaling, use your core. Downward facing dog. Breathe it in. Let it out. Inhale, left leg reaches back. Exhaling, bend the knee, open the hip, gaze under that left arm. So you can stay here, or if you have space for it, keep bringing that left foot back, tapping the toes down, pressing into the foot. Inhale, wild thing, chest goes towards the ceiling. Dig into the pinky edge of that right foot, press into your palm, take one more breath. And exhale, turn down. Inhale, one-legged dog, stretch the foot back. Exhaling, step forward. Pivot your back heel flat. Breathe in, Virabhadrasana 2, fingertips reach. For a moment, feel your feet on the earth. Clench those inner thighs like you're trying to scrunch your mat up in the middle with your feet. Keep lunging, soften shoulders down, and take a breath. Exhale it out. Slowly turn your back foot towards the back of the mat. Feet are wide, sink your hips down, goddess pose. Arms can come to cactus or to heart, your choice. Take a breath, let it out, and we're gonna pulse down. 30 seconds. Keep wrapping your tailbone down. Lift your chest. Breathe, breathe, breathe. Again, if you wanna add extra, arms come to cactus. Keep taking those breaths. We're pulsing. Beautiful job. Squeeze those glutes. Soften, slow down. You're doing great. 5 more seconds. And slowly turn that back foot forward. Inhale, Virabhadrasana 2, fingertips reach. Exhaling, flip the front palm. Reverse your warrior. Take it back. Inhale, long, long side body. Exhaling, straighten your front leg. Pull the hip back and bring left fingertips to earth or shin. Inhale, right hand to sky, Trikonasana. Take a breath here, energetically pulling that left hip back, getting the hamstring stretch. Exhaling, soften your front knee. Squeeze your inner thighs to gracefully drag your back foot forward and up half moon. Dig your heels, spread your toes, and open your pelvis up. Inhale here. You want to add a little challenge. See if you can hover that left hand off the earth, using your core to hold you up. Slowly turn it down. Inhale, standing splits, right heel to sky. Take a breath. Step back, plank pose. Take a deep breath in plank and rock to your left side, side plank. Plug your shoulder into your back and press your palm firmly into the earth. Take your right hand, place it on your hip, and we're gonna lift right leg up. And back down. We got 30 seconds. Up and down. If you need to, lower your left knee to the earth for a modification. Nice job. Keep looking towards the floor, squeezing that core, or out to the side. My apologies. Up and down with that leg. Keep pressing into the palm. You're almost there. Great job. We got 3 more seconds. 2 and 1. Exhale, turn back down. Plank pose. Come forward to your toes, lower halfway. We got 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Pull forward and through, up dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Breathe it in. Let it out. Great job, you guys. Inhale, right leg lifts. Exhale, bend the knee, open the hip, gaze under that right arm. Again, if you have space, keep taking that foot back. Plant the foot. Inhale, wild thing, chest lifts. Take a breath, lift your hips. Exhale, turn it down. Inhale, right leg to sky, one-legged dog. Exhaling, pull the knee in, step forward. Pivot your back heel flat. Breathe in, Virabhadrasana 2, fingertips reach. Drop those shoulders down. Take a breath, soften. Squeeze the inner thighs. Slowly turn your back foot towards the back of the mat. Sink your hips down, goddess pose. Again, keep the chest back and up. Wrap that tailbone down. We're gonna bounce. All right, strong breaths. Up and down. You're doing great. Deep breaths here. You can even sink deeper. If you have that ability, roll with it, right? Okay, you have about 10 more seconds to go. Let's see if we can get lower. Squeeze those glutes nice and tight. And 3, 2, 1. Slowly turn that back foot forward. Dig into your front knee. Breathe in, Vira 2, fingertips reach. Exhaling, flip the front palm. Reverse your warrior. Take it back. Keep lunging into that front knee. Exhale, straighten the leg. Pull the hip back. Bring fingertips to earth or shin. Inhale, Trikonasana, fingertips to sky. Energetically pull that right hip back. Take a breath. Exhale, soften your front knee. Squeeze the inner thighs to gracefully drag your back foot forward and up. Half moon. Open that pelvis up to the left side. Breathe, fingertips to sky. Find balance. Reach and flex that heel. If you want to add extra, hover those right fingertips off the earth. This side's harder for me. Take a breath. Exhaling, turn the chest down. Standing splits, heel to sky. Lengthen upward, grow that leg. Step back, plank pose. Take a deep breath in plank. Rock to your right side, side plank. Lift your hips, press that palm down. Inhale, left arm over the head or on the hip. We're gonna lift leg up and bring it down, squeezing that core up and down. Nice job. Keep pressing that palm firmly down. Digging into the pinky edge of the foot. Squeezing, squeezing, squeezing that core. Deep breaths. Turn the inner elbow forward of that hand that's down. Last few seconds. And slowly turn the chest down. Plank pose. Come forward to your toes. Lower halfway. We got 5, 4, 3. Squeeze that core. 2 and 1. Come forward and through. Up dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Breathe in. Let it out. Inhale, rise to your tippy toes, gaze forward. Exhaling, step or float to the top of your mat. Inhale, lift halfway, find length. Exhale, fold it in, release. Breathe in, fingertips to sky. Exhaling, pull hands through heart, grounding at your center here. Deep inhale, fingertips reach. Exhaling, clasp hands behind the back. Drag your knuckles down, open your heart towards the ceiling. Take a breath. Exhale, soften the knees, fold forward, keeping that bind. Draw your knuckles forward, drop your neck. Inhale, lift halfway up. Bend your left knee, straighten your right leg, and look up towards your right. Keep drawing those knuckles forward, lifting your chest halfway and turning it. Slowly bring it back through center. Bend your right knee, straighten the left leg, and look up towards your left. Take a breath. Keep looking towards the ceiling. And slowly come back through center. Release the bind. Exhaling, fold forward, let it go. Breathe in, lift halfway, lengthen. Exhale, plant your palms. Step back, plank pose. You may want to lower the knees, come forward to your toes. We're gonna go halfway down, press up, and back halfway down. We got 5 of these. And up and down. 2 more. Press up, lower down. Last one. Inhale up, exhale down. Take a breath, chaturanga. Pull forward and through, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Breathe in. Let it out. Slowly come forward to plank. Pick up your left leg and cross the knee over to your right arm. So crossing over your body. Step back, right leg, cross over, okay? We got 30 seconds of these. So you're stepping back, crossing the knee over to the opposite side. Breathe, breathe, breathe. Working that core. We're getting a workout today. This is your last set of standing postures, okay? You're in the home stretch. Deep breaths. Last few seconds. And exhaling. Downward facing dog. Breathe it in. Let it out. Inhale, stretch the left leg back long. Exhaling, pull the knee in. Step forward. Dig into the ball of the back foot. Breathe in, high lunge, fingertips reach. Keep squeezing those inner thighs. Wrap your left hip back. Take a breath. And exhale, bring hands to heart. Fold halfway forward. Keep lunging deep, deep, deep into that front knee, coming to the tippy toes of your back foot. You're going to curtsy your right knee behind your left. And then step it back. And again, curtsy. All right, we got 30 seconds of these. Keep wrapping that left hip back. Your chest shouldn't even move, okay? So you're just extending and crunching that right leg. Beautiful job. Deep breaths. Look forward. Last 5 seconds. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze that left glute. Beautiful job. And inhale, stretch the toes back. Dig into both feet. Breathe in, high lunge. Slow it down. Exhaling, bring fingertips to earth. Straighten your front leg and pull the left hip back. You can shorten the stride if you need to. If you have space, pick your front toes up, reach them towards your face, and keep energetically pulling the left hip back. Stretch your chest forward and fold into it. Take a few breaths here, just enjoying this stretch. Nice job. And exhaling, bend the front knee. Widen the stride if you need to. Inhale, high lunge, fingertips reach. Exhaling, fold halfway again. Squeeze inner thighs to gracefully drag your back foot forward and up, warrior three. Find balance, hug your ribs in, and stretch those toes back, spreading them apart. Take a breath. Exhale, fold in, standing splits, heel to sky, lengthen up. Step back, plank pose. Take a deep breath in plank. Lower to your forearms, forearm plank. Deep breath here, press your forearms down. Look forward and puff your shoulder blades up like there's a balloon in them. Keep squeezing your core, wrap your tailbone back. So keep your hips where they are, and we're gonna start crunching one knee in, step back, second knee in, okay? We got 30 seconds of these. Try to keep the hips down. We have a tendency to lift them up really high through these because they're hard. Just keep squeezing those knees in. Deep breaths. Don't overthink it. You only got one more push after this. 2 more pushes, technically. All right, deep breaths. Last few seconds. Awesome job. And walk yourself up. Plank pose. Come forward to your toes. Lower halfway. You got 5 push-ups. Push up, halfway down. Last 3. Last 2. And pull the chest forward and through. Up dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Breathe in. Let it out. And just a reminder, this is our last set of really going. So please take modifications if you need them. Come forward to plank. And we're going to cross one knee over and begin and switch. Great job. Crossing those knees. Keep your shoulders above the wrists and gaze forward. Feeling that core work. Just think how strong your body's going to feel after this. How good you're going to feel. All right, last few seconds. Deep breaths. And exhale, downward facing dog. Breathe it in. Let it out. Inhale, right leg lifts. Exhale, pull the knee in. Step forward. Dig into the ball of the back foot. Breathe in, high lunge, fingertips reach. Take a deep inhale. Dig into both feet. Exhaling, fold halfway. Stretch that chest forward. We're going to lean into that front leg until our back big toe is kind of stuck on the earth. And then curtsy that back knee in. Inhale, extend. Exhale, curtsy. You got 30 seconds of these. Wrapping that right hip back. Keep looking forward. Stretching your chest forward, okay? Very important. Protect your back. Almost there. Last 15 seconds. Great job. Keep going. And inhale, extend, press into that foot. Breathe in, high lunge, fingertips reach. Exhaling, fingertips to earth. Straighten your front leg. Again, you can shorten the stride if you need to. Pull your right hip back. Pick up your toes, reach them towards your face. And think heart forward, fold into it. Taking a few breaths here. Just enjoying that stretch. Whew. And exhaling, bend the front knee. Dig into that back foot. Breathe in, high lunge. Exhale, hands to heart. Fold halfway. Squeeze the inner thighs to drag your back foot forward and up, warrior three. Take a strong breath, stretch the heart forward. Exhaling, fold into it. Standing splits, heel to sky, lengthen up. Deep inhale. Step back, plank pose. Press palms into the earth. Lower to your forearms, forearm plank. Take a deep breath here, keep pressing down. We're gonna crunch our knees in. Pressing down with those forearms, gaze forward. All right, we're doing great. This is our last one of these. And then we have our cardio and we're done with all the hard stuff. Bet you didn't know we're also doing a little bit of cardio today. Surprise. It's gonna be great. All right, you got 5 more seconds. Breathe, breathe, breathe. And slowly step back, forearm plank. Walk yourself up, plank pose, take a breath. Optional 5 push-ups, or I'll meet you downward facing dog. You're on your own now. Inhale, up dog if you're there. Exhale, downward facing dog. Breathe it in. Let it out. All right, before we move on to your cardio, I want you to drop your knees, take your feet together, and sink back into your heels. Stretch your fingertips forward, and just take a few breaths in child's pose. Slow your breath down before we work. A little bit more. Let your forehead rest into the earth. Maybe close your eyes. Just give yourself a moment. Take 3 more breaths here, actively concentrating on your breath, working to slow it down. One more inhale. And slowly bring yourself up to a tabletop pose. Curl your toes under, lift the hips up and back, downward facing dog. So we're gonna finish with strong cardio and then we get our stretches. So you have 3 exercises that we're gonna go for 40 seconds each, okay? So I'll demonstrate the first one. Come forward to your plank. You're gonna do a plank jack, so hop the feet out, hop them in, hop both knees forward and back, and then repeat. If you can't hop, you're gonna step out, in, and back. All right, let's begin. Come forward to a plank. Take a strong breath here. Sigh it out, exhale, and start. We're gonna hop out, in, knees forward, back. All right, try to find a little rhythm with these. Keep your shoulders above your wrists, and just try to stick with it the whole time, okay? This is your last cardio burnout. Just 3 exercises. All right, almost there. Breathe, breathe, breathe. You're doing beautiful. Working it today. Last 10 seconds. Almost there. And 2, 1. Exhale. Downward facing dog. Breathe in. Let it out. All right, so your next one, pretty simple. You're gonna dive your nose towards your thumbs, bending the elbows out, and then you're gonna tap Opposite ankle, and repeat. All right, let's get ready. Let's breathe in. Sigh it out. And let's start in 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Dive your nose towards your thumbs. Pike push up. Tap outside of ankle, and repeat. Nice job. These aren't so bad. I'm going easy on you today. This could be worse. All right, we're just trying to get that last bit of fast heart rate, some cardio action. All right, breathe, breathe, breathe. Almost there. Last 10 seconds. And 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Downward facing dog, breathing in. Let it out. Inhale, rise to your toes, gaze forward. Exhale, hop to the top of the mat. Inhale, lift halfway. Exhale, fold it in. Breathe in, fingertips to sky. Drag hands through heart. Ground at your center. All right, our last cardio today. We are doing high knees. So if you're not familiar, it's this. Quick knees up. If you can't do the hops, you're doing this. Okay? All right, let's take a breath in. Sigh it out. And begin. Let's go high knees. You only got 40 seconds of them. All right? So stick with it. Get those knees up really high if you need to. Bring your palms to face your thighs. Draw your thighs up. Whew. Let's burn ourselves out. You got this. Breathe, breathe, breathe. 10 seconds to go. Strong breaths. And you're going to go for 5. Get them higher. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Stand at the top of your mat. Bring your hands to your heart. Take a breath in. Sigh it out. Breathe it in. Sigh it out. In. Sigh it out. Slow down. Slow the breath. If you can, close the eyes. If that makes you feel sick, don't do it. We're going to slow our heart rate down before we finish class today. Let's take 3 more conscious breaths here. If you can, in the nose and out the nose. One more breath. And inhale, stretch fingertips to sky. Exhale, fold forward, let it go. Breathe in, lift halfway, lengthen. Exhale, plant your palms, step back, plank pose. You can just sink yourself back, downward facing dog. Let's breathe it in. Let it out. You're all done with the hard work today. Let's stretch. Deep inhale, stretch your left leg back long. Reach, reach, reach those toes. Press into your palms. Exhale, pull the knee in. Draw the ankle towards your right wrist and lay the shin down in the air. Here's where your blocks or pillow can come in handy. If your left hip is up high, I want you to place a block or pillow right underneath the hip, okay? And take a deep breath in. Lift your chest up. Walk your right leg back. Exhale, fold over your hip creases. Crawl your fingertips forward, coming down to the forearms, and maybe just dropping the head. Completely surrendering. If you feel yourself leaning into that left hip, try to turn that right hip down. Deep breaths. Stick with it. Soften the breath. I'm going to be here for a few more breaths, so try to soften into it even more. Giving yourself space to just wind down, finishing this class for you. And let's take one more breath, get a little deeper. Slowly crawl the fingertips back, plant your palms, step back, downward facing dog. Cycle the legs for a moment. And inhaling, stretch your right leg back long. Reaches those toes. Exhale, pull the knee in. Draw ankle towards left wrist. Lay the shin down. Again, you can place that block or pillow under your hip. Walk your left hip back. Take a breath. Lift your chest. Exhale, fold over your hip creases forward. Crawl yourself forward. And then drop your head. Feeling that outer hip stretch. Relax your chest. Taking deep breaths. Let's take 3 more conscious breaths here, winding ourselves down. And slowly crawl the fingertips back, plant your palms, step back, downward facing dog. Take a breath in, sigh it out. Come forward to a plank and lower all the way to your bellies. Bring your arms to a cactus shape and then extend your left fingertips out to the side, tenting the fingertips like so. I want you to lean into that right arm, pressing that elbow down and just leaning onto the hip, opening up the inside of that shoulder. If you have space for it, you can take your left foot and step it behind you, okay? Just opening up that shoulder a little bit more. You should feel this right in the armpit area. Take a few more breaths. And slowly pull back through center. Bring both arms to cactus. Sorry, I need to adjust. Tent your right fingers this time, leaning into that left arm and rolling onto the left hip. You can pick your right toes up and tap them behind you. Let's take a few breaths. Awesome job. Keep breathing. One more breath. And slowly pull it back through center. Plant the palms. You can come to a tabletop pose. Hands and knees, and then just swing your feet around out in front of you. So for this one, you might want to go to the edge of your mat. Take your feet nice and wide. If you have a pillow or a blanket, you can place it right underneath your butt, okay? If you have tight hamstrings, and you already know that. Otherwise, take a deep breath in. Lift your spine up really, really tall. Exhaling, fold over your hip creases forward, forward, forward. When you can't fold anymore, stop and then drop your neck. Relax it, let your head fall down towards the earth. Relax your inner thighs. Deep breaths. We're going to be here for a few breaths, so try to relax your upper back. We tend to clench it here. Relax the shoulders. Drop the neck even more. Completely surrendering to the posture, letting yourself just be here. Let's take 3 more slow, deep, conscious breaths. One more breath in. Sigh it out, get closer to the earth. Slowly pull yourself back up. You can turn your feet, take both legs out in front of you. Same thing, scoop your flesh out from underneath your sit bones. You can sit on a pillow if you need to. Take a breath in, grow the spine tall. Exhale, fold over your hip creases. When you can't fold any further, stop and drop your neck. If you're extra flexy today and you have a block, place it on your heels and grab the edges of the block. Try not to yank into this posture, just a light pull. Again, soften your neck. Close the eyes. Soften that space between your eyebrows. And with each exhale, get a little closer to your shins. Unraveling, unwinding. Let's take 3 more conscious breaths. And 1 more inhale. Exhale it out. Slowly lifting the chest. Lay all the way down into your backs. Last couple stretches. Bring your feet in to plant on the earth and let your arms fall at your sides. Take a breath in, fill up your lungs. On your exhale, draw your whole spine towards the earth like you're trying to flatten the whole thing on the ground. Again, take an inhale. And exhale, flatten that spine towards the ground. On your next breath in, slowly lift hips, ribs up, digging into your heels, squeezing your inner thighs. Keep lifting the hips. And then if you have space for it, crawl your shoulders underneath you, clasp your hands behind your back. Keep lifting the hips up in a nice little bridge pose. Let's take a few breaths here, creating space in our spine. We did so much forward folding today. A lot of strengthening of the hip flexors and quads. So let's just loosen up a little bit. Exhaling, lower down. Sway the knees from side to side. Let's do one last little twist here. Plant the feet, lift your hips up a little bit, and just take your butt off to your left side. Pull the knees into your chest, and let them fall off to your right. I actually can't do this with my microphone. You can stretch the arms out long, maybe gaze off those right fingertips. Or left fingertips, my apologies. Slowly bring it back through center. Plant the feet, pick your hips up, take them off to the right side of your back. Pull the knees in, let them fall off to your left. Again, you can stretch the arms up, out, gazing off your right fingertips. Slowly pulling back through center. Breathe here. Stretch one leg out. Stretch both legs out. Let's take one last breath in through the nose. Sigh it out, exhale. Relax your feet, your legs, your chest, your arms, your face, and enjoy just 1 minute of Savasana. Great job today. Slowly bring some movement to the hands, to the feet. Wiggling the toes, deepening your breath, and your body light up again. And slowly bring your arms over your head, stretching them long. And just stretch your whole body out like you're taking a big morning stretch. Reach the fingertips, reach the toes. And on your exhale, draw your knees into your chest. Give yourself a really big warm squeeze. Thank your body. Thank everything it did for you today, everything it does for you every single day. Slowly roll off to whichever side feels most comfortable. Bring your arms as a pillow for a moment. As you're coming to meet, cross the legs. Just bring your hands to your heart, thumbs plugging at your sternum. Drop your shoulders down. Let's take one last collective breath in through the nose. Slow exhale out. Thank you for showing up today, for sharing this practice with me, and for working super hard, maybe doing something that you've never done before, so being brave and strong today as well. Thanks for joining me, sharing this space. I hope you have an amazing day. Namaste. Yay, that was awesome. Thank you so much for joining me today. Hopefully you enjoyed that HIIT yoga flow. I feel great, I feel stretched, I feel strong, so hopefully you do as well. Make sure to comment if you have any comments on this video, like, subscribe. I would appreciate all of your support. Other than that, stay tuned and I will see you for the next video.